Hello and welcome back. My name is Adam, and we're drawing Darth Vader from Angry Birds Star Wars. Today, it's day 5 of Angry Bird Week. Just grab a pencil and paper and draw along with me. You're going to start with a rounded cube or a cubed circle, whatever you want to draw, as long as it looks something like this. I'm going to draw a line through the middle, which is the direction the face is pointing. Then a crosshair, which is just off center, and that is going to be where the middle of the eye is. Then on the left and right, we have these little flaps of the helmet. And loosely I'm going to go around the eye and draw the top of the helmet. And that's pretty easy and pretty simple. Next, if you're good at drawing circles, draw a circle. If not, get something that's about the closest size you can find. This little token is going to work for me. And that's one of the eyeballs, and there's nothing covering it up, so it's a perfect circle right there, just off center. Now down the middle is the center of the helmet. It's a raised band that goes through the middle. Once you draw that, you can finish the left and right side of the helmet. And then sketch it in a little stronger. Again, it's still a rough sketch, it doesn't have to be perfect. So it should look something like this, and that's where the next eyeball is going to go, which is the same size as the token, but I switched pencils, and this one's dull, so it's not getting close enough, so I'll just do it freehand. Next is the triangle piggy snout. Sticks out a bit. So it's going to come from right between the eyes straight out. And then some triangle nostrils. And at the bottom corners it has those little knobby circles. Then there's this plastic chunk right here. Don't know what that does, but I'm sure it's important. And there's a few half circles underneath. It's real simple down here. So now the rough shape is in, you can go and refine all of the lines. There's a lot of nice curves and shapes to this helmet and mask. It'll be interesting to see what Disney does with Star Wars. I think everybody's excited to see how the new movies are going to be. And these should be circles here, and I keep drawing ovals. Let's get that right. There we go. Vader's mask is a pretty neat design, really. Very unique. I think if the movie came out now, it'd be all technical looking and sharp edged, and kind of like Transformers now look nothing like the Transformers from the 80s. Now they're all sharp and technical and over detailed. There's something really cool about the Vader mask, that it's really simple, solid color. Okay, so I've darkened and defined all the lines. Now I'm going to show you these pencils that I'm going to be using. These are a little higher quality pencils. They're Berol brand, and it's an English company. They must have had a U.S. manufacturing site because these are stamped United States on them. But this is a B, and they all have their different hardnesses. So some of them are light, some of them are dark. See, that one's a little darker. They're all numbered and lettered. This is 6B. This is an F. This is an H4. You can see it's getting pretty light. This is an H2. So it helps to have a variety of pencils if you're going to draw in just pencils. These don't cost that much, so you can get a whole set of 12, I think, for under $10. I think Prismacolor bought them out, at least the US side of the company, because all I'm finding now for sale is Prismacolor ones, and they look exactly like this. So maybe somebody else knows the history of all of that. Anyway, I'm going to erase some of the lines that are in the way before I start filling this in. So I'm going to start by using 6B. It's a soft lead and it goes on really dark. And the lead is actually pretty wide too. They're not all the same diameter, so this one goes on real thick and dark for some of the shadows here. And on the lighter shadows, I'm going to use a 4H. And if you don't have these, which probably 99% of the people watching this don't have them, just use a regular pencil. You can still do it. It's just nicer if you have some higher quality ones. So you can draw however you like. I'm doing all the light sections first until I get bored and I want to throw in a dark one. These little knobs are lighter. Give them a little bit of a shadow at the bottom, but don't go to the very edge of the bottom. Let it go back lighter again. Now I'm defining the lighter parts of the eye. Some reflections, but they're not as bright as the ones on the helmet. These are a lot darker. Shade in a crescent moon at the bottom of the eye. There's no super bright reflections on the eye, so shade it in a step darker. Then keep working it darker and darker till it starts to look right. The helmet is glossy jet black plastic, so it's going to have some fun curvy reflections on it. Right now I'm defining what I'm going to fill in, and I'm going back to my 6B pencil to fill it in really dark. This pencil's awesome. I really recommend drawing this. It's a great way to practice shading and gradients and reflection, and there's so many things you'll learn drawing this that you usually don't get to practice much. There's a certain point you get to when you're drawing a picture that you don't need to think about anything anymore. The parts you need to work on just jump right out at you, and you just have fun going over it and refining everything. Alright, well, roughly that's it. There's a link in the description with a page you can print out if you want to draw along. Again, my name's Adam, and thanks for watching. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you next video. Bye!